I've got people in my family that are to the right of Attila the Hun. And when people tell me, like, how can you platform that person on your show? I go, I platform my uncle every fucking Thanksgiving. And by the way, I love him. He's a three-dimensional human being who has qualities that I really admire, things about him, and we've lost that.
And to resist any temptation for them to divide us. We're in this together. The rule of law is on our side. We will not give in, not give up. We will not capitulate. We will not bow. We will not bend. We will survive.
Jon Stewart, he's out there on this election cycle, has, to me, this is not normal where we are. We're not electing Democrats and Republicans. This is the agenda is very clear. The Project 2025 that we were railing about leading up to November and all beyond was not about Republican ideology or Republican policies. It was about, getting rid of certain people from certain places, cleansing government of black folk, cleansing the nation of brown folk. It was about setting the table for this made-up construct and feeding that. This wasn't about producing anything. It was about eliminating people. It was about demonizing people. And if you play into that, and if you're part of that, I think you're a problem. I think you're part of the problem. But Jon Stewart, he was being interviewed, and he was talking with New Yorker editor David Remnick. Play the clips, Ms.
I've got people in my family that are to the right of Attila the Hun. And when people tell me, like, how can you platform that person on your show? I go, I platform my uncle every fucking Thanksgiving. And by the way, I love him. He's a three-dimensional human being who has qualities that I really admire, things about him. And we've lost that. We've lost the ability to love people because we litmus test at every point, in every single moment.
So it's one thing, we have this beautiful platform here on Sirius XM, Monday through Friday, 3 to 6 p.m. Eastern. We are live. The entire channel is called Urban View, is channel 126, where talk empowers and becomes action. And from the morning, Urban View Mornings, to Larry Daniel Favors, to Clay Kane, to my show. After my show is Reverend Al. We are constantly having guests on. I talk to just about everyone. I invite just about everyone onto the show because there's a difference between platforming, those of us with platforms, talking with people that we disagree with, and giving coverage to bigots. Now, there are people that I won't invite on because they're bigots. And actually, I've interviewed quite a few bigots when the stakes weren't as high. We did 2 White in America town halls with people who might have been bigots, talking about, what it means to be white in America and how we get over this race thing. I have interviewed Steve Bannon. We just last couple of weeks ago had an interview with a woman who told me that she knows more about slavery than I do. I'm going to talk to just about anyone. I'm a journalist. But as it relates to people in your home that you're breaking bread with, your uncle, who you said was right of Attila the Hun, Jon Stewart, your requirement in that moment is not necessarily to shun your relative, but to hold your relative accountable, because this is beyond political ideals. It's one thing if you're, as my dad was a Reagan Republican, which is wild, because, we could talk about that too, and we should. And let me just tell you a story about my dad, who was, kind of a bigot. He was a little Archie Bunkerish. He had some very strong views on people who were not from this country. And he would have these very strong views, particularly about Africans that came here and people from the Caribbean. He had strong views. So you know what I did? I invited those people to Thanksgiving. So he had to sit at the table as he's regaling folk about his talk. And he had derogatory names for folk. And he started on one of his little journeys of talking about people. And then when he realized the room was quiet, he was like, he figured out that the people at the table that I invited to Thanksgiving were the exact people he was talking about, who he enjoyed immensely. And he had to sit back and apologize. It was beautiful to watch. It was beautiful to watch. You know what he never did again? that talk, because I challenged him not in a way that was horrible and made him feel, well, he did feel like crap. He did feel very bad because he wasn't a horrible person. He considered himself a good person, and good people don't do things like that. And my friends that I invited over were very gracious, but I had warned them. So it was like they were in on it, and it was really interesting to watch his transformation in real time, because that's the requirement. That's the exchange. People in your life that, you know, your bigotry is not accepted here. We have that response. So John, you sitting at the table with your uncle that you love, but are you challenging his bigotry? Are you challenging his ideals that are harming people? To be right of Attila the Hun is nothing to be proud of. Your responsibility, I believe, in community is to check people. That's real love. Love is not letting people get away with harmful behavior. Love is saying, no, this is harmful, and either you change your behavior or you don't get to be around us anymore. Like, you give them the opportunity to change. And it's okay if they don't, but I think it's your responsibility to draw the hard line, and I don't care who it is. I don't care who it is.
We're ready. We're prepared. Do not give in to fear. We are fearless. This is not the time to be afraid. This is a time to stand up and fight back, and to resist any temptation for them to divide us. We're in this together. The rule of law is on our side. We will not give in, not give up. We will not capitulate. We will not bow. We will not bend. We will